right, we're going to talk about mental health too. Those mental health issues, boy, can be incredibly challenging and isolating, that is, for individuals and their loved ones. And according to the CDC, 1 in 5 adults will experience mental illness this year. That's 20%. Joining us this morning to talk about it is Dr. Ken Duckworth, the author of You're Not Alone. He's also Chief Medical Officer of NAMI, which stands for the National Alliance of Mental Illness, or on Mental Illness. Doctor, good morning. How you doing?
Great, Owen, and thank you for having me.
Did I say it right? Is it NAMI? NAMI?
I say NAMI, you say NAMI. The key is this is a beautiful organization that's designed to reduce isolation and shame.
And how do you guys do that? What kind of work are you focusing on?
In this book, You Are Not Alone, I interviewed real people who used their names. Isolation was a big problem in my own life. Owen, my dad was a loving man and had very bad bipolar disorder, and we didn't talk about it, even in our own family. I was so overwhelmed by this problem, I actually became a psychiatrist. And since then, I've been interested in what helps people in practical ways, and further, what helps real people. People in the book use their names. I have 8 people from Texas, including Angelina Hudson, right from Houston, Texas. We need to be able to have a discussion about these common severe problems. So NAMI has 700 affiliates across the country, support groups, conversations, teaching groups, teaching classes. It's a fantastic organization. And if you join, participate, you won't feel alone.
How prevalent is mental illness in this country, doctor?
1 in 5 is the typical number, 1 in 7 for children. Interestingly, during the pandemic, Owen, many more people reported anxiety and depression, and it got to about 2 in 5 per the CDC. My take on the terrible pandemic, which caused so much heartache and grief, is that the silver lining is that mental health became a we phenomenon, not a they phenomenon. And so I recognize that more people were willing to have discussions about mental health and mental illness. And this is when I realized that I could write NAMI's first book.
Why is it so important for people to, to give their names and to be okay with sharing something so personal?
It's a radical act, but isolation kills people, Owen. The rates of suicide, unfortunately, have increased for virtually every demographic group in America. We still lose over 100,000 people a year to opiate overdose deaths. Isolation is a direct contributor, and shame contributes to isolation. So that's why I solicited volunteers. People, I said to them when I'm going to write a book, people use their names and share what helped them. I said, talk about it with your family and get back to me in a week. Because once there's 100,000 of these out there, I can't take them back. So really think about whether you want to use it. And what people told me, Owen, my story could help another person. Yeah. Altruism is still alive and well in America, even though I know we have our fair share of problems. People wanted to help another person. They wanted to help you and me.
Anecdotally, I've just seen in my own feeds, my own social media feeds, people able to produce videos where they're talking about their own struggles with mental health, with that exact goal of helping other people. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a book, an organization, a social media feed. Can anyone who's struggling and has found help share that experience?
Yes, and there's no one way. I thought a book would be a good addition to this portfolio of the tipping point of mental health, because you can read it when no one's looking, and you can read it and just learn from it, on your own time, in your own schedule. I agree, Owen, society has changed, and people are more willing to share. I do want to mention, if you purchase You Are Not Alone, all the proceeds of that book, of every book, go back to this mission of furthering an open dialogue, because mental health is health.
And doctor, where can viewers go for more information about the book and the organization?
YouAreNotAloneBook.org will give you the tour site. I'm coming to Texas, and I'd love to see you there. And NAMI.org, the National Alliance on Mental Illness.org, has information about the book, but also about all of our many fabulous programs.
Dr. Ken Duckworth, author and also a part of NAMI, National Alliance of Mental Illness. Thank you so much for your time. It was really helpful today.
Thank you, Owen. I really appreciate you having me.
And we'll see you in Texas.
That's
Well, now here on KPRC 2 Plus, more. There's the book. You Are Not Alone. Again, from NAMI and Dr. Ken Duckworth on your screen.